Okay, to finish out my walls, I want a door. So this time I'm not going to create any external images. I'm going to just create a new object. This is going to be my door. And I do like to add a little bit of style to my door. So I am going to start by making this about half the height of the wall, which was 4 inches, and this would probably be good if it was 2.5 or maybe just 2. Okay, so I do want this to be a little stylized, so let's start by filling it with a reasonable color, maybe this lighter thing right here. I like doors that have the little open window panels, so I'm going to create a rectangle. Doesn't have to be this big, maybe 0. But I'm going to repeat it as a tile, just so it looks like those doors that have all the open panel. And you're welcome to make your paneling look much different than mine. I want that to be a little bit closer, so I'm going to go to the tile panel and then decrease the displacement until it looks like what I'm expecting for a door. And let's recenter that. Maybe even closer. Yeah. Okay, and then so instead of just having it as rectangles, I'm actually going to cut this out of this door, and I'm going to do that by highlighting these two things and doing a modify difference. And now I have a door with those panels cut out. Okay, this needs to be 0. That's why it looks off. Okay, the next thing I want to do is put a very simple doorknob. And this doorknob is not going to be fancy at all. I'm not going to try to make it pop out or anything. But I think the doorknob goes right about there. And I will just go ahead and fill that some other color. Okay, so now this is ready to be transformed. I have a lot of things on this thing, but all of it is going to be that front face. So I need to highlight everything, and then I can Control G to group, and I'm going to perform the transform at that group level. So since this is going to be on that right wall, I wanted to have the transform of a front face, which is 3030 with this at 0.866. Okay, I do actually want this door to also have a frame, so I'm going to borrow that plank object, but I'm going to resize it so that it's super small. And I think it's the wide, nope. It's going to be that X dimension that I want to match up to the size of that door, which sounds like 2. And then I need something for the height of that frame. Which I'm going to copy that plank again, but now it's going to be the height. That's going to stick out a little bit to be a door frame. And then I need to bring this top part to be at the front, so I'm going to drag it to the top. Oops, plank 8. Okay, to make sure that top frame sits on the top, then make sure you just, you can right click and just say bring to front, and that will change the order so it's at the top of the outline view. And then just tweak all of your little elements so that the door looks exactly the way that you want. Okay, once you like your door, you can come back to your room and then drag your door onto your wall, and there you have a door, a window, and a picture frame.